it says it's working. Damn. There it goes. They got food on the way.
Always. Let those judges see where y'all are paddling out.
Good to see you, Robin.
For them to see y'all.
I got a good spot right there. I think it's recording. I'm gonna leave that right there for the.
Are you live?
I think. Well, we're not live, but we're on.
You're on?
I'm trying to make sure I don't have any sun on the.
You're recording?
Yeah. Yeah, we're recording. That's pretty good. That doesn't matter too much. Let's see here.
I like how you did your bike.
That was through necessity.
Huh?
That was the necessity is the mother of all inventions. There we go. We are on though. What else we got here?
Oh, sorry, I'll get out of the way.
No, you're good.
I just needed to rest a little.
Get out of the way for a second.
You're actually so you're working at the Surf Museum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said you're gonna work on some stuff for the social media.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Where that's gonna be on Instagram and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Do you need me to get on the microphone?
Yeah,
or-
go for it. You can scoot up a little bit.
Let me
Yeah.
get them help real quick. Then we're gonna get local surfer Danny Terry in here.
We're gonna get Danny in just a sec. We're gonna talk about the Surf Museum real quick. We're gonna talk about the Surf Museum real quick.
Oh, yeah.
That might reach. Let's see.
Let's see.
There you go. Here, let me
You can
over.
scoot up some too.
Yeah, I can scoot over. There you go.
All right.
There we go. All right. So
Yo.
what's your name again?
Back.
My name is Eduardo.
Eduardo, and you're working at the Texas Surf Museum.
Yeah, I'm the manager.
Oh, there
Hello.
we go. Okay, we got to heat out. So tell us a little bit about what you're doing over there.
Yeah, man. So I'm the manager, along with big shouts to our co-manager, Missouri, who is currently running it right now.
Camera's over there. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Missouri. I hope you get to watch this eventually. Yeah, so we have a lot of programming up and coming, but before we do that programming, we need people to know about our legitimacy and really know that we are a serious museum that cares about Texas surf history and cares about the people coming in and not only getting their money's worth, but also getting a good time and a good experience holistically. And so, I'll be in charge of marketing, also in charge of operations on the side. But we're really excited to really create a third space for people to enjoy surfing, learn about surfing, and learn about surfing history.
Such a great mission, man.
Yeah, and so we're a nonprofit, so we always have that in mind, that we're for the people and by the people. So we're not, trying to do anything, that doesn't contribute to that mission. So
Nice.
that's what I.
Right on. Well, I mean, we've been there, went to grand opening, everything, so it was a lot of fun. They did a lot of good work out there. So
Yeah, how'd you like the space, by the way?
the space is great. They did the art was great there. All the displays, everything looks good. So I can't wait to see more stuff like on the social media and stuff like that. That'll be big.
Yeah,
So.
what are some ideas you guys have? What would you like to see?
Well, one idea is we want to have the podcast there.
Yeah, definitely. Please come on by.
Yeah.
You can come by tomorrow. You can buy. I am so excited to have you guys there.
Yeah, no, I
So
think it'd be a
that'd
good
great.
thing to come out there and maybe have some of the guys who did some stuff out there on. So, but yeah, for sure.
We got the big boss Kelly here. We're going to run that by her pretty shortly about doing the
Yeah.
podcast there.
Hey, do you want me to get out of the way so you can get Kelly in here? Or,
Let's give you a couple of minutes. I'll ask you a couple
Yeah,
things and
please.
let you understand that you're young, but what you're doing over there is so important for the history of Texas surfing, and it goes way beyond generations before you're even born. So I'm proud of you for continuing to put that out there. So everybody, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, go to that Texas Surf Museum in Galveston. Make a day of it. It's a beautiful facility, and man, you will learn a lot. Whether you're a surfer or not, it's a great tourist destination as well.
Yeah, we really want kids to come out and take the legacy forward, and just contribute to the community. We don't want it to get lost. So. That's important. And also, if you have anything you want to donate, or if you want anything, an exhibit that you think we should have up, please come talk to us, because we are always looking for community feedback like that. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, this is a nonprofit, so if you're looking for a place to hide a lot of cash from the government, you can give it to the Texas Surf Museum.
Yeah, they'll take all the cash,
Yeah, they'll take
all your cash.
We will,
Yeah.
and we will use it for good purpose, because we have a very good team.
And
They're
it's
very-
tax deductible.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great deal, man.
Yeah, man, we appreciate you getting on there.
Thank
with them
you
and
for
helping out, yeah.
coming on, man, and keep up the good work, man. I'll be over there to see you soon.
Please, and yeah, like you said, everybody come on by as fast as you can, and buy membership so that you can come by and make the most out of your money.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Eduardo, man. Texas Surf Museum, everybody.
Thank
Right
you guys.
on, guys. Thanks for being
Thank
with
you
us,
guys so
man,
much.
for sure.
Very nice, man. Thank you.
Get Kelly on here.
Kelly, can you come in and talk to me real quick? This is Kelly Daugherty. Not only is she the brains and the muscle behind this Texas Surf Museum. We're going to get a mic on her and get a headset on her.
We got the hot seat right here.
I've been very, very privileged to know this young lady since,
There we go.
good Lord, do I dare say like the 7th grade, 8th grade, high school? And Kelly, before I let her tell you her little bio, man, she was one of the first groundbreaking girl surfers, competitive surfers and girl surfers I think I ever saw in Texas. So
Can you hear us?
way
Good?
back when.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
So introduce yourself, Kelly. Tell us stuff.
Okay, so let's see. I grew up in Houston and started surfing in Galveston in 1977. And, about 6 months into it, my boyfriend and I took a trip down to Corpus Christi with some friends because they lived down there, and they're like, hey, you should come check out the surf. So we went down there, and the surf was really good that weekend. So
Got hooked.
I did, and literally the day after I graduated from high school, I moved to Corpus Christi, and I lived there for 12 years.
That's right.
And started competing down there, and went to my first nationals competition in '79. So I'd only been
Great.
surfing for about a year and a half.
Excellent.
When I went to the first nationals, and I was super naive. I didn't know, I mean, God, there were people there, the West Coast champion and the East Coast champion, and that first contest I surfed against Ken Merrig, and
Wow.
Tom Curran was there.
She's a world
also.
champ.
Oh yeah, and but like I said, I was so green and naive. I didn't really even know who some of these people were. So, it was kind of, I guess, good in a way, because if I had known who they were, I probably would have been so intimidated.
Might have been a little
like,
nervous or
I
something,
don't even
yeah.
know if I should paddle out,
But when you were coming up, you surfed with a lot of local girl legends from this area.
I did.
Who were some of them? Was like Dina Blair and different people. Who was hot to trop back when you were coming up? Who were some of the hot girl
gosh, let's see. There was Lynette Boyd.
surfers? Lynette Boyd, yes.
Roxanne Schlabach.
Yeah.
She was still, I think she's still surfing now.
Sure she is.
Tippy Kelly. Tippy was a little bit older than me. Karen McKay was a little bit older than me. Grace Knowles. Those ladies I all looked up to. I mean, they were really pioneers in women's surfing, for sure.
Those are legends, and you were surfing right there with them. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is
yeah,
cool, man.
Definitely.
And so fast forward, we've known each other a long time, share a lot of common friends, but how do you get into the Texas, how does that come to fruition? You get into the Texas Surf Museum, and you've done a great job. You pretty much took the bull by the horns with a lot of help from other people, but you were kind of like the heartbeat of that deal over there.
Well, I mean, I can't take all the credit. Al Brown he was our founder. He's the guy that had the dream and the vision. And I found out about it through the Facebook page that Al set up, and just kind of started following along. And then they had the fundraiser at the Tremont on October,
I remember that one.
October
Yep.
of 22. And I went to that. I introduced myself to Al, and I told him, I said, not only am I handy with a paintbrush and a hammer, but I've also got some business skills, and I'd be happy to be on the board if you need help. And so that's how I got involved, and I've been involved ever since. And
Nice.
And now I'm the president.
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
That kind of reminds me of my story with the old guys surf reunion.
Yeah, with Al.
They were like, Al and someone. They were like, yeah, you can come in. Your dad would have been. We loved your dad. We knew him. You can come help us. I said, well, I'm kind of young. Well, you can help us out. And then they said, hey, we want you to be on the board. And I said, oh, okay, I'll be on the board. And then a couple years later, they were like, hey, by the way, we're having elections for president, and we elected you. And I was like, I didn't know I was running, so that's how I got to be president of Old Guys Surf Reunion. So yeah, I understand how that goes.
It's another great cause too.
It's great things to go. They work well together. Yeah, the Old Guys Surf Reunion.
They do. Yeah. Old Guys Surf Reunion has been a big supporter of the museum since really Al had the vision.
Yeah.
So.
No, when Al goes after something, he's all the way, right? He likes to get it. He likes to get it done.
Right.
And he's done.
Yeah.
And he's got another project.
And the more you tell him he can't do it, the harder he's going to try.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, that's Al, for sure.
He's tenacious. I mean, you probably need an extra award for just dealing with him.
Oh, no. Al's great.
I know he is. He's a Superman.
He's super great. Yeah.
Great guy. Yeah. Well, man, I'm pumped on the Surf Museum. And at some point, we want to have a podcast, hopefully with your permission and blessing. We'd like to
I
come
would love that.
to the Surf Museum. We want to blow it up, bring in some catering, do the whole thing right, get a studio.
Maybe we could do like I said, we could do a live. We'll have a studio audience or something like that.
That would be really cool.
Have some people come in.
That.
Yeah, we can even take questions or something like
that.
And
that way we could walk through the facility, kind of let people know what they're going to get when they come.
Do a little video.
That would be great. So that's coming to you soon. Stay tuned, man. That's going to be epic, man.
I love it.
Stuff.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll plan that out. We'll figure out when would be a good time and all that good stuff. Maybe make an event around it or something. So
that would be really
always
cool.
Always good time.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, look, we got a legend walking by there, Gary Hector.
Soon to be with us.
What heat were you in? He was in the number 1 heat.
Okay.
Well, Kelly,
he's a pro longboarder. Yeah,
that's how these live podcasts go. Anybody pops in, just photo bombs us.
Yeah.
But thank you, Kelly. I love you to death, and thank you for coming in, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it for sure. We'll get out there.
We really appreciate all the love and support that we've gotten from all the local surf community, and it's really important to me. I want everybody to know 2 things are super important to me. One is that we represent the entire Texas coast at the Surf Museum. And the other one is I really want to get the young people involved.
Yeah, yes. I feel you on that, especially on this end. It seems like down south there's a lot more in Corpus, more young people. So
those are 2 very important points.
Yeah,
really important.
It's got to be a generational thing.
I agree.
I mean, all the old guys are all stoked about it, but we've got to get the younger.
Same thing with the old guys surf reunion. I tell all our friends, I'm like, guys, I don't know if you know it or not, but we're the old guys now.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to get those kids in there because they don't really know where their roots come from.
Right.
They need to understand that there were some footprints laid way before you got your little board paddle out there.
Right.
And I think it's important for them to learn that. And they live in such a fast-paced world. We need to stop them and say, take a look back, man. Look at the Bobo Condes. Look where it, kind of came on down. That's important stuff, man.
Well, surfing basically started here in Texas about the same time it started in California.
You're right.
Right. Yeah, it dates back. You can find. It's just we didn't we just didn't have the publicity, and it's not the same. But I did have a friend of mine used to say we might not have the biggest and best waves in Texas, but we got the most waves.
I think we have the most stoked.
I think we have the
happiest surfers on any coast I've ever been to. Everybody loves it. Everybody here.
Right.
So it's a good thing.
Definitely.
Well, man, I am pumped on the podcast that's coming up at the Surf Museum. I'm looking forward to that for 2 reasons. It would be great to see you and do it, and plus I get to go eat at Guido's, so that's kind of what I'm going to do while we're there.
We'll definitely get some good food
over
there.
All right, thank you, honey.
All right, thank you, guys.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see it. We're just going to keep this thing running.
We're going to get Mr. Ur Schmidt from Saltwater Recon, innovator with surf camps. Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome.
Paging Mr. Ur Schmidt. Paging Mr. Ur Schmidt.
Let me, I'm going to stop this one. And that way and then I'll put them all together as like.
1 second.